So a funny thing happened to me as I sat down to play Infinite Minigolf. I went in expecting to putt a couple of holes and waste a few minutes. You know, just enough time to get a taste while I decided what game I should devote the rest of my night to. But here's the thing, when I finally got around to turning my head away from the TV, 6 hours had disappeared and the sun was nowhere in sight. Guys, I think I might be addicted to Infinite Minigolf. The fact is that I should have seen this coming. I'm already a huge fan of the genre and love the imaginative course designs that come out of miniature golf. So all it would take to hook me is a never-ending supply of user-created stages, a bunch of challenges to complete, and maybe even a leveling up system where you earn new clothes and accessories to customize your golfer. And as it turns out, that's exactly what Zen Studios has done with Infinite Minigolf, a putt-putter I had a hard time putting down. The premise is as simple as it sounds. You create a character and then jump into an infinite mix of courses. Once you complete that hole, you'll quickly get pushed to another, and another, and another. In fact, you're just going to keep getting fed new stages until either your controller dies or somebody forces you to stop playing. And as long as the fans of the game are still constructing new courses, you'll always have something new to tackle. What makes this game so addictive is that there's a wide variety of missions to complete. The game will want you to make a certain amount of holes in one, collect a bunch of purple gems, make long putts, and even buy different types of items in the shop. Completing these tasks is how you earn money and level up your character, which in turn will unlock even more clothing and accessories to collect. There's just something about these challenges I couldn't get enough of. Even when they were constantly repeating, I still wanted to jump back in and hammer out the task for a few thousand extra coins. Couple this with a never-ending barrage of cool stages to play, and you have a game that is genuinely hard to put down. It helps that the courses are spread out across 3 radically different backdrops. We start out in the giant home, where we're the size of action figures and play on the floor of a kid's room. There's also the Nightmare Mansion, which has us putting around a lot of spooky Halloween-themed obstacles. And let's not forget about Santa's Factory, where we travel to the North Pole to putt on ice and team up with the reindeer. I like that each of these 3 locations not only has a defined look, but also offers their own unique obstacles to overcome. As simple as the concept is, there's actually quite a bit the creators can do when constructing courses. For one thing, there are a handful of power-ups that can be incorporated into the different stages. These include everything from a magnet that will draw you right into the hole, a slowdown item that gives players full control over the ball, a power-up that can be used to jump, and even one that'll make your ball really big. I can't wait to see how people use these power-ups when coming up with bigger and better level designs. Speaking of which, I was pleasantly surprised by how easy it was to construct a course. You'll find a nice variety of tiles and obstacles to choose from, as well as a lot of ways to turn a relatively basic design into a complicated masterpiece. There's a shocking amount of depth here, and I can imagine expert course builders coming up with some truly insane holes. Personally, I'm more into playing than building, but I love the amount of detail there is in this mode. What I don't love are the characters. Don't go in expecting a fully customizable character creator, because that's definitely not what you get in Infinite Minigolf. You basically get to choose between a couple of male and female characters, all of which look like they were pulled directly off the set of a bad Disney Channel sitcom. There are no older characters or fat golfers, just a couple of tweens taking selfies and making me feel 1,000 years old. What this game needs is a bigger roster. It also needs a way to filter out some of the terrible user-created content. For every expertly constructed level, there are 3 or 4 that are little more than a single tile. Or you'll run into a stage where it's nothing but power-ups, created just for those looking to complete missions. There were definitely times when I found myself skipping more holes than playing, which will hopefully get ironed out as more content gets shared. Sadly, there are a few more nitpicks worth talking about, such as the way the game insists on repeating the same few missions over and over. If I'm going to spend hours addicted to this thing, then it would be nice to see a little more variety in the tasks. I also wish there were more than 3 locations. For as much as I enjoyed playing these different backdrops, I couldn't stop thinking about the future of Infinite Minigolf. Is this all we get? Or are we destined for years of much better stages sold as DLC? Either way, there's certainly enough content in what I played to be worth the money. Infinite Minigolf is yet another addictive time waster from the people that brought you Zen Pinball. It's the kind of game where you'll lose an entire afternoon if you're not careful. And while I would have liked more character options and fewer terrible courses, I'll be the first to admit that this over-the-top miniature golf simulator sucked me in and wouldn't let go. Infinite Minigolf is hard to put down. Hey, thanks for watching our review. So here's the question of the day. What is the best golf game you've ever played? It doesn't have to be miniature golf, I'll accept just about everything. And on that note, this is probably a good time to remind you that we're in the middle of the Defunct Games Golf Club over at defunctgames.com. Our retro critic, Adam Wallace, has been posting weekly reviews of old golf games, including Bandai Golf, Great Golf, Power Golf, Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf, Pocket Golf, and more. He's currently up to game 13 out of 18. So make sure to head over to defunctgames.com for all those reviews. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.